it's a very rewarding and important job to child rear, but jiggle, 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 jiggle. There's a big cultural push to like start families and stuff, and like it doesn't really matter who you are, you're going to get some kind of push of when are you going to have kids, when are you going to have kids. And well, for me personally, I'm not going to be bringing life into this world. A, I'm sterile. B, I see the trends of where the world's going, and I would rather adopt to help the life that's already here rather than bring in more life into this. That's just my opinion. I don't have any particular drive to be a parent, but I mean, it's a necessary good. I think I'd be pretty decent at it. And well, I think ShyLily actually got questioned about it, or at least it was brought up on her stream. And well, from ShyLily clips, she doesn't want to be a mom apparently. Let's see what she has to say.
Now watch me cheer. Now watch me womp womp. You watch me.
Well,
You watch me womp womp. Rawr, 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 rawr. Every time I tell people I don't want kids, they're like, "You'll get into it one day. Don't worry. Nature knows its way. You'll be a mother one day." I'm not gonna be a mother. I don't wanna be a mom. There's more to life than reproduction. I know this sounds wild, but
I mean, right? There is certainly a lot more that can be done, can be fulfilling. You don't need kids in particular to have a fulfilled life. It just depends on the individual, what fulfills them. And for a lot of people, I don't know if it's most, but for a lot of people, it's not kids.
you can just without the consequence of. There's more to life than pre-gardenons, dude. You don't even. I'll you up. But it's so strange. Like, not wanting to have kids is low-key a crime. Usually when I'm outside with boomers, I always
Depending on some circles who you're talking with, yeah, it can actually be seen with like the same severity, the same shock as admitting you've like killed somebody by not wanting to bring more life into this world. It's it's honestly bizarre how militant people get about you should have kids. You will want to have kids. You don't know people.
just say, huh, I don't know, cause I didn't leave me the alone. Oh, my mom knew I never wanted kids. She knew this, like, when I had, like, my high school relationship, my first ever relationship, as the first and oldest of 3 children. Every parent panics when it's like, oh my goodness, my beautiful daughter having a high school relationship. My mom panicked. She went like panic mode, and she was like teaching me all about like protection and don't do stuff with boys. She was like, you have so much to live for. Don't get a child so early. Make sure you use condoms and shit. And I'm like, Mom, you don't have to tell me. I don't want it either, alright? I think I want it a lot less than you don't want it. Like,
Well, that's good to know that she actually did get some kind of education on it. Unfortunately, it's a lot of people don't actually want to have that conversation, so they just kind of push it under the rug and don't talk with their kids about, hey, there's most people have a drive to want to do this one really fun thing. Not everybody does, but if you're going to engage with it, there are safe ways to do it. And like, well, it's good. You got to practice safe sex. That's all I'm gonna say.
for real now, Mom sees. Trust me. Yeah, it's always crazy how people force like this whole having kids thing. Like, you go have kids then. I don't understand why it's such a crime to not want them. It's 2023. Who cares? Listen, my sister, my younger
A lot of people make the argument that they want to perpetuate the race, and it's like there are so many people on this earth that are just jam packed into like small areas when we have such vast amounts of land that could be spread out among people, but no, people actually just want to keep their borders closed and make you pump out babies. It's kind of, it doesn't solve the problem, at least not in my opinion.
It's just the middle child already has an offspring. We good, chat. My bloodline is saved. Mother, I am the end of the bloodline. This bloodline ends with me. I think I wouldn't be a good parent.
Same.
I think I would be an amazing parent. I don't want no kids because I'm afraid I'll be a terrible mom. I think I'll be an amazing mom, to be honest. I just don't want to be a mom. I like having my freedom, being able to do things when I want them, decide my own schedule. I'm not saying I wouldn't give all of that up if I ever so happen to have a kid, but it is definitely not my preference. I would, because...
Okay, so like, she and I are a lot of the same mind, so to speak. Like, I get that it's a very rewarding and important job to child rear, but it is such a massive commitment that a lot of people don't actually, in a way, respect the decision to acknowledge how much of a burden it is and then to not want it. But, like, yes, it's a rewarding burden, but I still don't want to accept it.
That's called taking responsibilities for your actions. If you do things that can end up making you pregnant, then you're gonna have to be able to deal with the consequences of that. If it happened, I would, obviously, but yeah. Low battery. Low.
She's cute. What she was saying at the end there, that if it does happen, you got to take responsibility, and yeah, I agree with that. If if the rubber breaks and you bust inside, you're gonna have to deal with something. You either get that morning after pill, or you deal with the big A. It is always up to, or it should always be up to the people in question, not, well, not the government forcing its abortion bans in the U.S. Oh my God, that's so bad. That's so bad. I get so worried about what's going on down there. And then there's like, he's like, I'm Canadian. We are definitely a little more progressive, a little better, I would say, in some ways than the States. I mean, obviously, the States have their big talking stick of the military in their economics. But, like, we do have some good policies, honestly, that still need to be pushed better. People say, oh, well, we're better than the States that in healthcare, so we don't need to change it at all. And oh my God, we need to change it. We need to make it better and more available. Ah, but yeah. If you want kids, go have kids, but just don't shame the people that don't, well, want the kids. That's really it. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.